bullshit high. I just turned it off. No glasses. Trying to do too much. Trying to fill my life. I tried to get a workout in. Tried to get a workout in between finishing work late. So I this is weird. This is the quality. This is the content you're here for, isn't it? The why I'm here. I finished work late, and I thought, well, you've got 45 minutes before it's 11:30 my time. I thought you can get a workout in 45 minutes. But then I forget how addictive it is because, you know, it's drugs. It's basically how to get loads of narcotics running around your head. Dopamine, serotonin. There's another one that I can never remember. It might be just called love. And so you keep going, even though I'd set my timer, but my timer doesn't take into account having a shower. And even though it's late here, it's 31 degrees. So I've been sweating like a polecat. I spoke to my auntie, who's look at that. Look, I don't know what's happening. Fuck me. All right. So yeah, that hurt too. So Spanish auntie, we've all had a Spanish auntie, haven't we? Spanish auntie said, have a warm shower. She said, don't get in. Let me get a bit of light on the subject. Not too much, though. I can't have another headache. I can't do it, people. She said, you think you go in that shower and have it like cold, which I do. And she said, you'll find, actually, that's a bit bright for me. That's acceptable, isn't it? Acceptable. Tay's a racist. She said, have a warm shower. And I think it's got the same logic. Oh, well, you know, when it's a hot day, drink tea, because what does everyone say? One in the chat if someone's told you this, yeah? One in the chat if someone said this to you. No, drink tea, because that's what the Bedouin do. And you absolutely know that they haven't done any kind of study or research into the Bedouin. I mean, admittedly, if they were like, well, interestingly, I've done a doctorate in the eating and the nutritional habits of the Bedouin. I'd be like, no way, or anything. Oh, I've just finished a book about the Bedouin, but it ain't. It's people like Muggins here, and hands up, don't shoot. I've done it myself. You know, that's polite conversation at airports. That's just nothing, isn't it? Well, you know what they say? They say to drink hot drinks when it's hot, don't they? They're like the Bedouin. And you feel like your soul has died because you've just said it. And they've probably thought, oh, he's used the Bedouin line. But then they'll come back with something similar. So I assumed my auntie's have a hot shower is a similar logic to that, right? But then I thought, hang on a minute, Danger. Come on, son. She has lived in Menorca for like 60 years. She knows what it's like in the heat. She knows that life. So I had a hot shower. Fucking awful mistake. Terrible. I mean, my muscles were burning. By burning, I mean pumped, ripped. Burning after working out. You know, I supersetted heavy weights again. And they were burning. You could feel them burning. That's part of it. It's part of why it's nice. Because, you know, like I say, you're having it's like a little mini Glastonbury in your head. I mean mini. in my general theory of relativity, the difference between mini and actual here is substantial. I was just thinking yesterday, my mate said, do you remember the All Balls? Now, I know I've told a few of you about the All Balls, but Glastonbury morning and other festivals, but Glastonbury was the big one. The Thursday morning, so before it's even properly started, it's like, let's do an All Ball. And an All Ball, it gets its name from the more common speed ball. And the speed ball's funny because it doesn't have any speed in it. A speed ball is heroin and cocaine, which, that's pulling you both ends of the spectrum and leaving you in neither. But an All Ball is where everyone chips something in. So you get the spoon out and just go round, and someone's like, I've got a little bit of ketamine left from last week, bit of that in, bit of skag, bit of coke. I've got an E. Put that in. Well, I've only got some blotters. I'm selling acid here. Go on, give us four blotters. That's your filter. So you don't need a filter if you've got 4 blotters. But the thing is, because you need to get the LSD out of the blotters, you have to use vodka or beer, but vodka's better. Don't try this at home, by the way. This isn't a workshop. This is undoubtedly a warning against. So a little bit of vodka, and then, just mix it all up. You need cocaine, not crack, because crack causes problems with the heat. But, like I say, this isn't a workshop. And then once it's all broken down, bit of sulfate in there as well. Did I say that? A bit of sulfate. Well, anything. It's an All Ball. So whatever you've got, really. And then you leave the blotters in it for a couple of minutes so that the LSD's made itself into the liquid. And you pull it up and you divide that between the 3 or 4 of you. I'll tell you what. I mean, injecting alcohol works. You can get drunk in like 10 seconds. It's quite a peculiar feeling. This is for entertainment purposes only and is based entirely on fiction, all right? But you go from being a bit stoned because of a couple of jazz cigarettes on the bunk into Glastonbury. As that plunger's going down, you're in a different. You're not, to say you're in a different universe doesn't do it justice, because time and space don't exist how they did 5 seconds before. And then it's just, that's it. Then you don't see your mates for about a day. Oh, those were the days. Now, why did I start talking about All Balls? Burning muscles, a serotonin, dopamine in the head. Hot showers don't work to cool you down. That is the lesson from today's show. Hot showers don't work to cool you down. Let's say some quick hellos. We've got plenty of riff-raff in, but that's how we like it. Let's. By the way, Rags is all right. Remember, if you don't know, if you're not in the Scrubs lifeboat, during yesterday's stream, I mentioned, sorry about the Barnet, but I've just had a shower. During yesterday's stream, I mentioned that Rags was in hospital, and I didn't know if it was an emergency or something. But I did talk to him briefly. I haven't had a long conversation with him because I haven't had time trying to get all this done. But I did speak to him. Thankfully, Steve, thank you, Steve, by the way, bless you. Steve quickly told Rags to call me and say, you might want to tell Dangerfield that his stream is scheduled for 30 days' time. I don't even know how you'd make that mistake. I'm not saying it wasn't me, but how you do that, Lord knows. I don't even think that's an option. Oh, I want to stream. Yeah, what, today? Nope. Come on. Let's move it. But while I had Rags on the blower, I said to him, what was a hospital? And he started jibbing. And I said, look, I haven't got time for a conversation. I just wanted to make sure you were right. But he carried on talking. It was weird. It was like, are you not listening? I said, anyway, so I've got to... He carried on. It was weird. Are you watching, Rags? Right, I'm so busy. Yeah, so okay, all right. So then you're doing the old head ear, trying to have a shower. Like, I invented speaking to Rags in the shower. Yeah. It's down there. I saw a photograph of a bloke drinking a cup of tea in the ocean. Lightweight. Absolute lightweightism. Now, who checked me out talking to Semiogogue? What a fantastic conversation. In truth, I could have spoken to him for days and days and days. And I'll tell you what I'm actually trying to say is I could easily become a friend of Semiogogue's. You know, me and him would be at each other's post-structural throats like you never know, and that I find interesting. Mouthcat mentioned in the chat this morning, and bless you all the scrubs who got up at 8 o'clock, and even if you get up at 8 anyway, but to tune into a video that, you know, I know there was a very handsome thumbnail and a picture of Semiogogue, but you know, when you're presented with a thumbnail that says what is meaning, Thursday morning 8 o'clock, that takes a certain amount of faith in the scrubs to go, yep, I'm going to give it a go, or a certain amount of faith in Semiogogue, which is probably more the key. I found it fascinating, absolutely fascinating. I found it fascinating that we could disagree on some very significant concepts as well. You know, he caught me out very early, and he's right. You know, spoiler alert, but he knew exactly where I was coming from very early, and I know he has been there. That's why I got him on. And I said a couple of days before, I said to him, I said we haven't prepared it, but I know he's got the chops to be able to have that conversation. No, it was fascinating, and in good humour, and you know, good humour is not enough, because then it's just that can almost just be polite occasionally. Not only was it in good humour, but it also got a bit angry at times. And, you know, you can't get angry with someone in that situation unless ironically, through non-verbal linguistic cues and clues, you've established some mutual respect. You know, you can't. And we had done that. So it was just lovely. And it reminded me of when I was with a group of people, you know, like on the third year of my first degree. And this is the stuff we talk about in the boozer. Not quite what we spoke about tonight, because obviously I've added 30 years reading and thinking on top of it. But, yeah, I really enjoyed it. So I'll jump on his stream in 5 or 6 months, and we'll carry on. Some of the analogies were incredible. Some of the things that got said. I think my highlight, if you haven't seen it yet, there was a brilliant bit. And because it wasn't meant to be a joke, but you can't laugh. You can't help but laugh when you're trying to prove the nature of objective reality, the non-arbitrary quality of the signified, expressed in the form of what position is a lady less threatening in before coitus. And I say, depends if she's conscious or not. And the thing was, I wasn't trying to make a joke. I was trying to make a point. But that's why it was hilarious. He absolutely cracked up. And I hadn't even considered, have I got something on my teeth? You know what? I think I've drunk a cup of tea today and not cleaned my teeth. They get stained very easily, which is important and you know, wonderful. But yeah, depends if she's conscious was quite the turnout. It would appear, I don't know whether you're talking about, I don't know who the conversation is talking about, because I don't know. Who's AHM? I don't know. Oh, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't taste good. But anyway, there you go. It was all good fun and very interesting. Sorry, I just got a bit distracted there. Hello, Bexley and beyond. It was nice to see you there this morning. Hello, Della. Nice to see you. John's on the firm. Bexley and Beyond says that someone commented they thought their missus put acid in his coffee this morning. You know what? I think that's one of the worst things you could ever do, spiking people with any drug. But hallucinogenics is, you know, even if you like psychedelics, you know, I know someone who gave his very young girlfriend some dried apricots for breakfast once. She was about 17. He was about 23. And he said, do you want some dried apricots on a plate? And she was like, oh, that's lovely. She ate a couple and he went, you've just had 2 acids. And, you know, I think that's a really dark thing to do to someone, because you're imposing an intensity of self-awareness and investigation that you might not want. And, you know, if you don't want to know something, you don't want to go there. It's not nice being forced to, you know, it's absolutely, there's no getting out of it. Well, you can drink a bottle of shampoo, but I don't think she knew that at the time. Space Hopper Mark says, I'm still not watched it because you keep interrupting me by doing another stream. Sorry, Mark. I am prolific occasionally. I am prolific. It has been a busy old day. Hello, Richard. Good to see you. I might need your help, actually, Richard. The old Substack writer's office hours has gone out, and I need some. I think that suits your sense of humour perfectly. I've told you before, what it is it's meant to be this thing where people on Substack discuss how to get more subscribers and how to promote yourself and how to get paid subscribers. It's just self-promotion disguised. And every week now, I just call it out. I managed to get in the fourth method, the fourth message this time. And I said, here we go again, people. This is where you have to pretend to give a shit about the subscriptions you chuck in your email trash whilst blatantly promoting your own channel. Top points this week if you can get a terminal illness, suicide, or self-harm into your comment. As it is, Substack haven't removed that comment, but people still do it, and they, you know, it's brazen. It's brazen self-promotion. I haven't got a problem with that at all. I think you should self-promote brazenly, but it's the way they try and snide it. My friend's got 20 paid subscribers. Now, you know, it's not the money I'm worried about, but if Substack could perhaps include some tips and advice on how to turn your subscribers into paid subscribers, that might help. Brackets. I mean, I've written 70,000 words and I've only got 2 subscribers. Help! And some of them are just waiting to be rinsed. You know, there was one person saying, complaining that she didn't have any paid subscribers and saying that she said something like, I understand that celebrities get because there are well-known writers on Substack. She said, you know, money follows celebrity. And I was thinking, no, the press follows celebrity. You know, no, and you just want to say to her, if your work's good, you'll probably get more subscribers. But I need Foot Golf's. He's very good at those little backhanded not compliments. So there might be a bit of work for you there, Ricardo, if you're up for it. Hello, Meganesia. Been a long time. I think I know why semi is called semi, because there's always a semicolon before the allowed stream of thought. Hello, Lumi. And you stream cucked me on Herba Derba's channel. Yep. Or did you stream cuck me? Think about it like that. When did I tell you I was streaming with Semiogogue? Last week. I never do that intentionally, obviously. That's it. Just happens sometimes. You know, when there's only 1 or 2 of us with a channel, it can be arranged. But now there's about 5 Scrubs channels. So It's just sort of each man for himself at this stage, son. Each man for himself. Right, next Wednesday, we've got Tim Davis, the jet pilot, coming on. We'll start the conversation on talking about Maverick, but, you know, the movie, which I absolutely recommend you watch. Yeah, weird, I know. It's not going to change your life, but it's going to entertain the fuck out of you. It's brilliant. Tom Cruise is brilliant in it. He's a great actor, Tom Cruise. He's great. He can't act Jack Reacher because he's the wrong shape and size. But he's great in it. The cinematography is great. It looks beautiful. It's well written. It's a perfect story arc. I really recommend Maverick. So me and Tim Davis are going to talk about that. But I'll tell you now, and I absolutely mean this, Tim's red pill journey is progressing rapido-file. I tell you. He done a thing, and he done a video on his channel, and don't forget, he's got things to lose. He teaches people how to fly jets for a living, and he also does things. Like, what do you call it? You know, building up men who need confidence. Oh, let's have a look. Hang on. I'll show you his website. There he is. There's my boy. High performance coach. Oh, damn, hang on. He's actually done well with his website, so I don't want to. There's a time element to it, so I don't want to ruin it. So here we go. I'll just share my screen, and then I'll pop that in. And then we'll do that. Check it out. Look at his website. It's already moving. Tim Davis, international speaker, writer, and high performance coach. Accelerate your potential. It's interesting because on there he doesn't even mention on that landing page. He doesn't mention that he was actually a jet bomber who dropped bombs in wars. I fucking would. I'll tell you now for nothing. That would be my main thing. There'd be a picture of me in the cockpit, like with a bit of oil on my face, you know, maybe a couple of Douglas Bader legs. I'd let people know full well I've done my Mach 9 bombing runs somewhere in Saudi land or whatever it's called over there, where they eat grasshoppers or something. Ironic racism. It's the new thing. So yeah, Tim's coming on, and he done this video on his channel, and he actually called out some diversity and inclusion stuff that's going on in the military, of which he done his time. Thank you for your service, Mr. Davis. And so that conversation about the movie will no doubt progress into that. And in the comments to his video, and you know, you've got to tread carefully because he's got a missus, he's got a life to, you know, there's risk talking about these things. We all know it here. But in the comments, I said to him, look, I said, we know what diversity really means. And everyone here knows what diversity really means. When I give you the example of the white woman beach ready body protein drink got banned by Sadiq Khan from the London Underground, but the photograph that won the diversity in photography competition that had no white people in it, just loads of semi-naked Asians and Africans, that was all over the London Underground. So you get an idea what diversity means, not by one standalone example, that would be ridiculous, but by many. And I said that to him in the comments, and he said something along the lines of, I'm starting to believe you, or something like that. You know, so I think his journey is on a very, very interesting place at the moment. So that should be a good talk, and it'll be a good talk because he's a good talker. He's a good conversationalist. You know, it didn't go unnoticed that there was a bit of a bromance. The first time he's been on here twice before, but You know, he's a good laugh. He's a good laugh, Tim. So, yeah. So he's coming on next week. Billy can't niggle because he's out. Look at Bill. Look at the irony. Bill, you're lovely, Billy. Can't niggle. I'm out just listening in one ear. So I like to think that he's out like maybe in a social setting, like a barbecue or a boozer with friends. But he's listening to this stream in one ear so that, you know, they don't know, which makes him niggling them. So you still are niggling Bill, but you're niggling the people you're meant to be listening to and paying attention. Unless, of course, you're just walking your dog or something, and in that case. But, you know, come on, you're inquisitive, Bill, not niggling. Nice to see you anyway, mate. Hope you're all right. So we've got Tim Davis coming on. 42. Hello, mate. By the way, good to see you, 42. He talks about personal development and he works with men, you know, and he understands what has happened to men. Not he doesn't understand the full picture, but he you know, like most of us, he knows what's happened to Western masculinity and the endless attacks on it, and he tries to help people put that right in their lives. So he's coming on next week. The week after that, I'm waiting for confirmation. He's definitely coming on, but it's just a confirmation for time and day. Jeffrey Sharla, he's going to come on and talk about psychiatry. So that'll also be an absolute cracker. He sent me a video of Patti Smith singing a Bob Dylan song. It was quite something, actually. She stopped halfway through. Actually, I've got to show you this because talk about a catastrophe of signification. Have a look at this. Let me find it. Hang on. And I've got another video. Remind me to show you Sharon Davis. Oi, steady. How do I find this? Patti Smith, eh? Because the night belongs to love. I'm a bit more of a horses man, to be honest with you. Love a bit of H. Patti Smith song Horses. I think it's an album, actually, isn't it? That's the title track. Anyway, hang on. Patti Smith, Dylan. Right, I've got to find the bit. Now, if you don't know Patti Smith's cool as fuck. Patti Smith was around back in the day, doing her own thing, and she just stuck with it. You know, she stuck with it, and she knew them all. She knew all that old crowd, and she ended up making it against the odds as well. I mean, she's not a looker, is our Patti. She wasn't then. No, she might be someone's cup of tea, but not really. I mean, what do they say about Joan Baez, the prettiest bloke on campus? I mean, ouch. But here, let me find the bit where she fucks up a bit. She handles it really well. Right, hang on. I know you can't see it.
Sorry.
Right, okay. So this is quite a delightful thing to do. As someone who's performed on stage for 10 years as a comedian, so sometimes when I'd done gigs and I'd upset someone, you know, I'd actually fucked up and just said something unnecessary and the tone of the room changed. Weirdly, the best thing to do is acknowledge it. And sometimes I had, sometimes I didn't. These are the things you learn, and you can only learn them on stage, which makes it really painful. Like there'd been other times where I did, and I just thought, no, fuck it. If you can't handle it, fuck you. And the whole audience are now like, oh, this is awkward. And people start leaving. You're like, oh, you leave. What, you can't handle it? Go on, fuck off. I don't care. I've done those gigs, and the rest of them have got about half hour to wait until it's over, and it's so I have before stopped gigs and gone, hang on a minute, hang on, I've just gone right off the tracks there. I think it, and then I've sort of tried to make a joke and sort of said something about my journey to the gig or my sexual abuse, and then I've actually just said, this is a sincere apology, you didn't deserve that, and then you get a round of applause because all you've done is been honest and accepted it. I mean, you know, Pizzle says all I talk about are contradictions, but I also talk about honesty and acceptance a lot. Just accept what's happened, be honest, and you get through it. So this is quite lovely when Patti Smith does this here, but it's not why I'm showing you it. So enjoy this moment. Maybe you won't. Well, Manny Moo, the people that confuse the two are usually the ones that have got very little experience of either of them. So, you know, crack on. They are. And there's a perfect example. Look at that. You can't get on with men, even your own friends. I don't know. Look, they've got you. They've got you by the bollocks, Grego and Manny Moo. I mean, maybe you two need to get together and get this sorted out. We should have celebrity scrub fights. Manny Moo and Sir Grego's the first one. I wonder how we could do it. I wonder whether there's a game, like maybe like an old ZX Spectrum game where you could beep, beep. I might have to work out celebrity scrub fights. I'm nodding my head, but inside I'm thinking you're never going to be able to sort that out. There's not a chance you can work that out. Anyway. Hopefully I won't get yeeted here. Right, hopefully I haven't taken it back. Right, hang on. Right, here we go. So I think this is kind of sweet of her. I really rate Patti Smith. Her poetry is great. Horses is a fantastic album, if it's called that. It's certainly got horses on the album. Yeah, but Manic Miner would be excellent, but we need something that two people can do simultaneously. Because like I've got a mate who can complete Manic Miner, and if it was him, and he's a scrub OG as well. If it was him versus someone, they'd just do all 20 levels, and then they'd go, you know. Have a look at Patti Smith, and then I want to show you something else. Bosh, bing, bang, ting, tong. Here we go. Don't forget, if I get yeeted, I'll be back in 4 minutes. They just punish you at YouTube because they treat you as business partners. Speaking of which, 33 minutes, no grifting. Fucking shocking. I have already put the entropy up, by the way, and the super chat's down the bottom. That's all I'm going to say. Check out Patti.
All a babe that I'm sorry. Earth, salt, and sorry.
Unfortunately, I think it needs a bit more context because that was just out of the blue, wasn't it? So, you know the Dylan song. I mean, I just don't want to get yeeted. You know the Dylan song. It's a hard, and it's a hard rain that's gonna go. That's what she's singing. So check it out. I've moved it back so you'll get a bit of context. But have a look at what you see, by the way, and then you'll see why I'm really showing you it. But I do want you to see her apology.
Saw a babe that was just bleeding. I saw a babe that I'm sorry. Earth, salt, and sorry. I'm sorry. Could we start that section? I apologize. Sorry, I'm so nervous.
Right, now there's a few things going on there, right? I don't like the applause for the apology. I mean, what are they applauding? Maybe they're just trying to say it's all right, relax. If that's what they're saying, which I did get in a comedy situation, people just want to encourage you. You know, I've sort of said, when I've apologized to someone, I said, sorry, I've just got shit going on. They've sort of gone, go on, you'll be all right. And yeah. But there's almost, I mean, if you look at their faces in here, like this one here, she's sort of almost like, it's so let's have a look at some more of these faces. I mean, I want you to look at the occasion because this is relevant as well. I don't know if you can see my mouse right in the middle of the screen there? This is the Nobel Prize award ceremony. And down here, you've got some kind of aristocracy. Maybe, fuck knows where they're from, but they are aristocracy without a doubt. And I'll show... Why didn't I see that? Why didn't I see that? Good call, Willow. Yes, she may well be hungover. She does like a drink. Now, so you've got this like aristocracy. I'll give you a close-up of them later. This is the Nobel Prize. You've got a full, well, I suppose that's a full orchestra, isn't it? Right? Everyone's in fucking like tail suits and all full garb. I'll try and show you. She does pull the rest of the song off amazingly. But I want to show you the aristocracy. And like, here, look. Right? So hang on. Let me make sure I haven't passed it. Right, check this out.
I met young man, he was wounded in love. I met another man, he was wounded in hatred. And it's a heart, it's a heart, it's a heart, it's a heart, it's a heart reads gonna fall.
And where did you go, my blue-eyed son? Beautiful song. A Bob Dylan song, right? What is going on here? Patti Smith was like this sort of rebel. She was a punk. Bob Dylan was, we all know what Bob Dylan's politics were. And what the fuck is going on here? The occasion, the clothing, the outfits. And I was watching it, and I without a doubt, Rags, she loves yeah, without a doubt. But I just sort of thought, this is a catastrophe, because it's hard to. I want you to see some of the just the sort of people who are in the crowd here. Hang on. See if we can get a bit of the crowd in. I mean, do you think when Bob Dylan was writing that song, he was thinking about these people? Look, with the old fucking tiaras and all the gowns and that. And it's just, I'll turn the volume off and we'll play a bit more while I'm jibbing. But it's peculiar. Look at these, the great and the good of the world there. Yes, well done. Well done. It's lovely to hear Robert Zimmerman. Yeah. What a strange little affair. A strange little affair. Now, can someone confirm this? Did President Obama get the Nobel Peace Prize? This is just off the top of my head, but I've got a funny feeling he might have got that. If anyone can confirm that. That's a weird little setting, isn't it? Bob Dylan, a Bob Dylan song, and a very painful Bob Dylan song about the struggles of life. And that lot, that's your 1% there. That's your 1%. Yeah, there you go. Hello, Jeffro. Nice to see you, mate. Hello, Joshua. Hello, Pags. Hello, Single Tomorrow. Are you new in these places? These places, it's only one. So Obama, who dropped bombs on Yemen, I don't think it was just Yemen. President Obama dropped, I think it averaged out one bomb an hour, 24/7 for every single day of his presidency. Look that up. That I haven't picked that out of the air. He was just a bomber. He was a bomber of humans. He got the Nobel Peace Prize. You know, these are your 1%ers. These are your elites at the Nobel Peace Prize. You can imagine, you know, this will be like the Pfizer CEOs. You know, they don't give out Nobel Prizes to people who've achieved good things. They give out Nobel Prizes to people who've maintained narratives. And these people are questionable. And you've got punk rocker Patti Smith standing there singing a Bob Dylan song. It's just, you know, when Francis Fukuyama said we've reached the end of history, he was wrong, but he wasn't totally wrong, because that situation is a colossal implosion of signification. What the fuck is going on there? What do you leave that with? What, I mean, I'm asking you, this isn't rhetoric. If you're a Bob Dylan fan, I mean, I like a few Bob Dylan songs. I wouldn't call myself a fan, but I didn't listen to that and think, oh, that you know, she's done a great job there. I just sort of thought, nothing here, everything here has been ripped from a context that gave it what, not only its meaning, but its value. Because as soon as you put Bob Dylan's revolutionary songs among the great and the good, the elite, the 1%, not so sure it brings its value with it. I mean, you know, that's left at the door. No. You ain't coming in. You ain't coming in. There you go. Nice to see you, Gary. There you go. I felt a great dirge of depression. Yeah, it's unpleasant, isn't it? It's unpleasant. Very, very strange. Backer says that Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Yeah, I still haven't got it on this video. Right, so that was just something I saw the other day. You know, I am winging this stream because I've had a busy day. I've already streamed today. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. If you are new in these parts, don't forget I am a writer. Substack in the description. I put the first sample of my novel out the other day. It's going down a fucking treat. I'll tell you what, that's cheered me up. Imagine if it hadn't. Imagine if people were writing. To be honest with you, Chris, I prefer the other stuff, which would be all right, but not great. It would be all right, because preferred the other stuff is still, I like your writing. But the comments that people have been leaving have really, really made me happy. Why? Because I want people to like it. Not that lot outside shouting, though. I might have to get my weaponry, go outside, show them how we deal with these problems in Dartford town. Right, let me show you something else that I saw literally after my shower. There's no need for me to give you that context. Hang on. So this is Sharon Davis was on GB News. Now, a little aside, I once found a porn mag that had Sharon Davis in it. And although I was well into the porn by then, you know, being 9 years old, you know, it was fucking, what is this? Why do I feel this way? Why do these pictures make me feel so bad? Stroke evil. When Sharon Davis was in it, I was sort of like, you know, even as a youngster, I thought, where's all, even as a 7-year-old, I thought, is nothing innocent? Can't you just swim, Sharon? Swim, Sharon. And also in her porn shoot, they sort of linked it to her swimming. So it was at a swimming pool with her costume on, sort of, you know, bending over like they do before they dive in. But her ass. And then just her tits. And I thought, Sharon, you were on Blue Peter last week talking about encouraging kids to get into sports. And now you're just showing me your fanny. And I found your fanny in a dirty bush in Dartford Lakes. And it, you know, it was the same but different as the Patti Smith among the elites. To find Sharon Davis's vagina damp and in the bushes, And if that interests you, there's a story about that in my Substack, link in the description. Get on it. It's free. But check this out. I want you to listen very carefully. Let me just get the timing right. We'll probably be able to get away with it from about there. Now, a parapraxis, all right? A parapraxis, aka a Freudian slip. Now, we've been through this plenty of times, but I'll do the tilde there. When you say something and you say the wrong word, Freud will have you believe that that word is the reason you said a wrong word is because your unconscious is always trying to get trauma out, right? Your unconscious is actually comprised of trauma. That's what it is. Now, your unconscious isn't like a place in the brain. It's not like a gland or something. Glands. It's, it's your mind rather than your brain. But it's comprised of traumas. Now, traumas don't have to be sexual abuse or, being kicked up and down the stairs as a kid. It's traumatic realizing you're going to die. It's traumatic realizing that you might get your cock chopped off. According to Freud, when a young boy sees a young girl for the first time, he's like, hang on a minute, that little thing that I hold on to all day and gives me intense pleasure, hers is gone. And so the boy thinks she's probably had it chopped off. And that's traumatic to a young boy, as it would be. Another classic is the primal scene, which is the witnessing of coitus, typically between the parents. And, a child of like 2 or 3, parents will have sex with babies in the room. And sometimes that goes on till, it's weirdly, studies show it's usually when this child starts talking that they decide to off them. And that, not surprising really, is it? Because when the auntie comes round, they don't want the kid to go, hey, 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 fuck me harder, hey, hey, hey. But witnessing that, the child is understanding that, well, no, the child is misunderstanding, thinking, what the fuck is dad doing to mum? She doesn't sound like she's enjoying that. And he looks like he's really aggressive. Why is he screaming now? Oh, that was unpleasant. So, life is traumatic for a child. You go through all these, as you're developing, and at that age, you're developing at such a phenomenal rate, there's traumas. So Freud will have you believe that a Freudian slip, which is why it got its name, but it's actually called a parapraxis, is your unconscious coming out, much like that's what a dream is. And your brain distorts the dream so that you can't decrypt it, so that the trauma stays inside. But because you're asleep, it takes a piss and goes, go and give him all that nasty stuff. And your brain's like, oh, hang on, make that a shark, make that, I don't know, a bit of tracing paper. He won't know what he's talking about. Now, I totally go for it. I buy all that shit, so to speak. And here's why. If you can't remember the word, why would you say any word? Because frequently when we talk, we say something like, oh, I was up in the Lake District and I was climbing up. And what's that? It's called, and when you don't know the word, you don't because you stop talking. You just go, it's on the tip of my tongue, and then you remember it and say it. But with a Freudian slip, you just say a different word. Why would your brain suddenly put a different word in? And what you'll notice with Freudian slips, every time they're relevant. They're not random. People don't say things wrong and it not mean anything. The classic one, and we all done it at some point, is when you're at school and you're going, miss. And then you go, miss. And then you go, mum. And everyone laughs at you because there's a lot in that. You've just admitted that there's a similar kind of relationship between you and your mum and you and your teacher. Otherwise, the kids wouldn't laugh. The kids laugh because they can identify it. They know why that's Shameful. Because no one wants to, kids don't like teachers. It's traditional, even though they actually do, as a social group, separating themselves off from the authority figure, they laugh when you call your teacher mum. So my point being, sorry, I've got to do a little bit of funky dancing. It's always tricky with the mirror there. I'll tell you the problem. I've got to swap towels because that one's all... Look, I've got a massive pillow. What's going on here? Sorry, I'm just swapping towels. I haven't got a clean crammer. There we go. All snorted. Oh, I can put my feet on a pillow. Oh, it's lovely. Right. So next time you hear a Freudian slip, look for what has been said, because it's not random. People don't say, "Oh, I was walking down the road the other day and I frogged my leg." No, they say something. It means something. Anyway, that was a fucking long build-up. Chrissy has donated. Bless you, Chrissy. 52 minutes of quality content. One griftation. Chrissy. Thank you, Chrissy. Much appreciato. Right. So bearing all that in mind, listen carefully. Listen carefully, okay? It's going to happen in about 7 seconds after I press play. All right? Listen carefully. They're talking about transgender people in swimming because there seems to be a bit of a backlash about it, or front lash, or. But check this out. Get the sound on. Get that on. So this is Sharon Davis being interviewed on GB News. Listen carefully. I'll play it a couple of times, though.
To prioritise fairness need to do is to take them to court, because at the end of the day, this is a form of sex discrimination. We can't.
Did you catch that? I'll take it back a bit further so you get a bit more context. Here we go.
I think actually once a precedent is set and all of the science has been done and all the human rights lawyers have been spoken to, FINA have done their homework. They spend a very long time talking to lots of different people to make sure that their policy was bulletproof. And I think what the female athletes in the sports that don't decide to prioritise fairness need to do is to take them to court. Because at the end of the day, this is a form of sex discrimination.
At the end of the day, I mean, come on, if you don't believe in parapraxis after that, because what is the end of the gay? I mean, and here's something else of note. Plenty of times when people do a Freudian slip, they don't hear it themselves. And you'll say to them, you just said so-and-so. And they go, no, I didn't. And unless it's recorded, they'll just swear blind they got the right word. Because, again, they don't want their unconscious coming into consciousness. Entropy's turned off. What the frick? Let me sort that out. I might have to have a little wee as well. Well, not a little one. It is turned off. That's not right at all. Let me just sign in with that. Here we go. I don't know why that worked. Or didn't work is more to the point. Massive cannons on the thumbnail today. I'm doing it largely for, well, I best not say that actually. Hi, Mrs. Me and it Rags. Thanks for the donation and thanks for telling me about entropy. Why? I am already streaming. Right, go live. It should say you're already in a session. Sweet, salted, absolutely snorted. Loomi's donated, so there you go. If Rags hadn't told me, I wouldn't have seen that. Nice one, Loomi. I'll deal with that when I've come back from the wee room. And I've got words for you as well, Mrs. Me in it. Good words, though. Good words. Nice one, Rags. I'm going to go to the toilet. I'm going to drive, so I won't take Vartation. I'm back in a minute. back. Game over. Oh, where did you go, my blue-eyed son? What did you do, my darling young one? Oh, I've got a massive penis. Have you seen it? Yes, I have. All right, there. Sorry about the wee break. Right, where were we? Mrs. Me in it. Let's do this. These are always good. Nice to see you, love. Evening, Dangerfield. Freeform jazz hands right here. That's quite good. It's a good start. Sorry about the 3:30 AM, darling. It was AM. It was 3:30 in the morning that you decided to call me 4 times. Do you? Yeah, I looked online and thought, I don't need any fucking flooring done. And then I worked out who it was. Yeah, that's not a Freudian slip. No, that's just very inconsiderate. But as soon as I saw it was a UK number, I thought, nah, unless I know who it is these days, I never pick the phone up. So I never pick, no one calls me. Well, Mrs. Me and it does. 4 times though. Take the hint. But her intentions were very good. I know, I knew why you were ringing, but darling, I was out cold. I was just like, oh, come on. But thank you, Mrs. Minute. Nice one on that Lady Godiva as well. I think another one came through, didn't it? And then there's Loomies as well. Nice one, Galen. That's a Prasha cookie. Donated to Lauren Boebert, American politician, this morning. Here is your equal opportunity grift. Thank you, Galen. That's very kind. Al says entropy is set for 1 month's time. Now, entropy is now snorted. And Lumi actually donated. So let's see what he said. Damn, that thumbnail's giving me the creeps. The sensual creeps, I mean. I might open it up, you know. I might see if anyone wants to come on for a chat. I've tried to watch you in Urba Derba, your stream of Urba Derba, Lumi, and every time I go there it says, oh, this stream, it's like an advert for it, but it ain't there. Maybe he takes them down, but why would you do that on Odyssey? I don't know. Lumi says, have it. You showed us the way. I'll do another one if you play Rock and Roll N-Word. It's on YouTube. No. No. For 6 Bond, I'm not going to risk playing that because it'll get me in trouble. I just can't. I don't even know what it is, but that's already enough. I've been a bit close to the line lately. There's a stream we done the other night where I said I was going to delete it and I still haven't. So, you know, yeah. Malcolm McKenzie says Freud, mind control and trans are both the work of the Jews. You seem like you've got quite a good grasp of reality. Malcolm, what's Freud mind control? I mean, it ain't even grammatically correct. What is Freud mind control? What is that? That's a serious question. I mean, I'm up for debating it, but one, what's then being Jewish got to do with it? 2, what is Freud mind control? Can you just answer me those questions? Because I'm interested. Because otherwise, that just sounds like madness to me. Sounds like the bloke in the boozer that comes and sits next to me and goes, you know that's aliens, didn't you? I go, what? What is? What, you? I go, nah, what you're reading. And I'm like looking at the football results. I just go, yeah. Do you want a pint? Yeah, but you have to drink it over there. Oi! I'll have you know, Mousecat, that's washing that's been done. That's not in the fucking sink, you cheeky bastard. That is a chopping board and a mortar and pestle. Clean. The sink. Now, I'm going to prove this to you. That's quite a sizable. You're not going to get that in a sink with anything in it, are you? So I'll put the mortar and pestle down there. There's the tap. So there's the sink. Look, listen, you'll hear it at the bottom of the sink. Empty. I'll put it in that way so you'll see. That, my friend, is all been done. Because it had piled up how you thought it was earlier today. Look at him grassing me up for something I haven't even done. God, it's a tough crowd tonight. A tough crowd. What is that pulsating noise in the... Oh, you and your velvet box. There's a little nightclub just down there. I'll tell you what, there's some sensual waitresses working in there as well. Lumi, thanks for the donation, mate. I'll check out that rock and roll N-word when I'm offline. And then I might play it on a different stream. Colonel Custard saw Agister's... fucking Agister. I've got to get that thumbnail off the screen, but I sort of don't want to because once it's gone, it's gone. Yeah, I'll leave it there. Give me something. Give me something nice to look at. Give me something nice to look at when I'm getting all this yap. Dillich says I should put up the BBC test card when he goes for a Jimmy Riddle. Yeah, but maybe with a slightly more sensual lady. I'll knock one up, Dillich. I'll do it. I won't knock up a slightly sensual lady. Well, I might. You know, there's plenty of sperm, apparently. Well, it certainly seemed to be this morning. Pizzle. Who was it called you Pizzle the other day? I was cracking up. And I saw Lumi on Urba Derba stream because I caught the end of it and it said Illuminatus brackets Lumi. I thought, yeah. Know your place, son. Pizzle says this. I just said contradiction is your favourite word. I didn't say it was all you talk about. You also talk about heroin and shoes. You're a fucker. I really trusted you then as well. I really trusted you. But thank you, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's diverse, isn't it? It's diverse. Right, let's see whether my man Malcolm Mackenzie has got back to me. Let's see what's going on here. Mrs. Meehan, it says, danger, you know, no. No, I don't. Right, Malcolm. Right. Dave Freud. Who's Dave Freud? I was talking about Sigmund. Who's Dave Freud? Is that a real thing? I'll look it up. What, is it a YouTube channel? Dave Freud and mind control and trans stuff is the work of the Jews. What, you reckon you can trace transgenderism back to the Jews? Well, that'll be interesting, I suppose. I don't know what Dave Freud is. Let me have a look on YouTube. Is it a YouTube thing? Dave Freud, mind control. No. What the fuck is Dave Freud? Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else he's got to say about it. I'm up for it. See you later, Custard. Take care, mate. John says we need to drive down numbers, start playing jazz again. I don't think it's the playing of jazz that gets rid of people, John. It's the talking about it. where else? David the Jews. What? David the Jews, a group of people in a spiritual war with God, and they are involved in. Who's David the Jews? Yeah, all right. I don't know what to say to that. I mean, you know, in fairness, I asked you to explain, and you gave it a go, but I can't make it nor tail of it. What? Getting a little bit unhappy about my dirty teeth, you know. I had them whitened, didn't I, about a year ago? Billy, hello, Bill. That porn card and flick knife. Oh yeah, that porn card and flick knife story was uncomfortable. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope you made the bit about wanking and sucking off a French man in for comic effect, shock factor. You've missed a word out there. Up. I made the bit about sucking up, but no, you know, if you. In those days, if you needed a few quid, you know, come on, quick 5 spot. Mate, I wanted that switchblade. Why was that uncomfortable, Bill? Life can be hard, you know. I know, John. I'm deliberately just sticking spikes in, you know. Mousecat says that Dave Freud was Clement Freud's dad's dog's brother. Billy fuck that sentence off. I know what he's talking about, Lumi. I just, you know. Hello, Ludwig. Lovely review as usual. Are you feeling the pressure now? Every time I write something, you're like, And I'll tell you what, actually, Ludwig, Gail, you know, from the Crack Diaries, she said to me, she said that she noticed that this fella Ludwig writes some cracking reviews. And I said, yeah, he's structurally aware of what I'm up to. It's quite something. And then we remembered Ludwig. Does anyone remember Ludwig, the cartoon from, if you're about, I think if you're between 40 and 55, you might remember Ludwig. It was much like a Fabergé egg. And there was a bloke who used to spy on it, and it would like play the violin and things. Let's have a little look at Ludwig. And she actually asked me if your name was Ludwig. I said, yeah. I said Wittgenstein, and it kind of threw her. So I thought, yeah, you gotta keep the philosophy gags for the blue-haired girls, not the bottle blonde ones. Thankfully, that's meant as a compliment, of course. Ludwig cartoon. Let's see if I used to love it. There it is. Ludwig. Tell me if you remember this. This is volume 1. I don't remember if I ever saw the the arrival. Give me a 1 in the chat if you remember Ludwig. Nice one, Ludwig. I appreciate that. That's a bit confusing now, though, isn't it? Have a look at this. I used to love it. I absolutely loved it. It had enough. You know, you don't get cartoons like this anymore because they're too busy trying to teach you something you don't want to know. Check out a bit of Ludwig. I absolutely adored it. I've just realised, oh, there's a bloke with the binoculars I mentioned. There he is. Look, he's still there. He's been spying on Ludwig for years. I've just realised they called him Ludwig, of course, because of Beethoven. That I've just Just made that link. People remember it. Incredible. Hoax don't. Marzipan does. Hello, Ian. No, Dennis, you're only about 7, though, aren't you? Oh, excuse me. Yeah, but he also played a fiddle as well. Loads of people remembered it. Incredible. Oh, Mrs. Meany got scared by it. Well, in our house, I couldn't stand the introduction music to How. Do you remember it? Bow, 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 How. When it come on, I used to have to run upstairs, and my brother used to turn the telly up full. But my brother used to get scared at the laughing policeman. And when he ran upstairs, I'll turn the telly up full. So let's have the theme music to children's show How. How. I'm probably not going to be able to find it. Oh, this might be fun though. Guess the 80s TV theme. Yeah, they look like they might be American though. That's ruined it. I'm not going to be able to find How. I can't find How. What an absolute letdown. I think I might have something else to show you though before I turn away from the tubes. I watched a cracking documentary earlier about when they done the first triple backflip on a motorbike and the first quadruple flip on a BMX. Sounds boring, but it was actually very dull. And I watched my interview with John McAfee again. Will the Wisp with, what was it, Kenneth Williams was excellent. Oh, Mabel. And how strange, Willow, that... oh, of course. I've just realised why you wrote, of course. How strange, though, that the Evil Edna was a television. Very, very interesting. Yeah, it's you'll take the bottle blonde all day long, wouldn't you? Well, I certainly have. Oh, I think that's that was Beethoven then, wasn't it? So I imagine Beethoven was certainly Ludwig. I know that doesn't answer your question. Lulu loved Ludwig. Yeah, me too. It was one of those weird ones that you couldn't schedule for it. Mousecat says the Moog was based. What, the musical instrument? Malcolm says, okay, Malcolm. Yeah, it absolutely did. That's a bit. Should we hear it? We do alienate our American brothers and sisters, though. But it was fantastic. The witch used to scare me a bit, though, Ludwig. The witch actually scared me. And my mate got a girlfriend once, and he said to me, what do you think of her? I said, she looks a little bit like the witch from Chorlton and the Wheelies. And he went, I know what you mean. I went, do you? He went, yeah, I've already thought it. Imagine how gutted you'll be. Grego's got a homemade theremin. Have you got homemade friends as well? Sorry, I just thought the idea of someone who makes their own theremins probably quite lonely. He's married, don't you know, actually. Right, okay, Malcolm's come back. Jews are a group of people in a spiritual war with God, and they are involved in Satanism. Okay, all right, well, you've made it clear. Nice one, Malcolm. I don't agree with you, but if that's what you think, thanks for sharing that with us. I was just confused with what you first said. You're losing your title, Bill. Right, here we go. Ian, can you email it to me, please? I'm an absolute fanboy of Vart. Thank you for the donations during the what's his name again? That hippie. I know he's watching. All right. Semiogogue. What's his name again? Semiotics believer. It was great grifting. I knew that with every VAR, he felt a little pang of envy in his empty wallet. I forgot what someone called him yesterday, but he did admit to copying the live, now, which, you know, that's fair. That I take that as a compliment, and you know, you take what you can get these days. What did Andrew just say there? I was in. Oh yeah, the banana splits was excellent, and another rare one. I think a lot of the kids programs in England in the 70s and 70s, they put them on when there was a programming issue. You know, they weren't scheduled, were they? It wasn't like every Tuesday. The word I'm looking for is programmed. It wasn't like, we'll have so-and-so now. Just occasionally you'd have some weird Czechoslovakian art house cartoon. They were brilliant. I've told this before, but you'd sit through 4 hours of the fucking football, the pools, you know, St Mirren 1, Kilmarnock 0. You're like, fucking hell. And then after 4 hours of watching that daisy wheel printer actually printing up all the divisions as well, and it would be like the Scottish 5th division. It'd be like 4 hours to a kid is an eternity, and the football results in the palm of your hand, and eternity in a flower. And then it'd go after the break, cartoons, and you'd think, yay, Donald Duck or something, Daffy Duck or something's going to come on. And then after the break, it'd go, now cartoons, and it'd go dark blue, and then there'd be like a star, but it'd be etched. You were like, what? And then it'd go, these little sort of etched stick men would start walking across the bottom of the screen, and then a hound would like jump on them and eat them. And then a woman would come out and go, dong, dong. And that'll be it. And then the music would go, and it'll be like directed by Huhi Shkamarska Skotkuski. Me and my brother there going, thanks for the cartoons. Here we go, Chorlton and the Wheelies. Somehow, here we go. Bosh, bosh, ting, tang, tong.
Jump in, we'll take you for a spin, show you round the wheelie world. Hop on, it's fun, so come along and take a look at Wheelie World. You'll be surprised how good it feels. So zoom around all the you'll feel so merry. Oh, baby, you don't need a ticket, but we'll take you on the way until you see the witch fun.
So there's the witch. So can you imagine when my mate said, what do you make of my new missus? And I said, to be honest with you, she reminds me of the witch from Chorlton and the Wheelies. And like I said, he went, yeah. He said, I've already made that connection. Look at her. And the fact that two randos just said that. Terrible. Now, am I confusing the banana splits? What's up in the starship and off we go? Do you believe in rock? That's Animal Crackers. Animal Crackers, American, I think. We'll have the banana splits, but let's do a bit of Animal Crackers. Up in the starship and off we. I can remember the bass. Just the melody, if I remember incorrectly. Animal Crackers, Animal Crackers. But then I must admit, though, with Animal Crackers, I got a bit bored with the actual story because I think it was American and I didn't understand the references. But what a cracking opening! What a different time it was when a kids program opens with "Do you believe in rock and roll?" Well, sort of. I'm 5, but you know I'll go for it. It's certainly better than Cash in the Attic. Here we go. Oh, hang on. No, I don't want the Animal Crackers movie by Disney 3 years ago. Animal crackers. The key word is 70s. You've only got to put 70s after anything on YouTube and it'll be better. Here we go. I want the intro. There it is. Oh, yeah, the lion. He used to terrify me. Oh, you got to check out the absolutely legit, authentic cutting board opener. This is amazing. This must have been shot on some kind of weird... This would have been something like High 8 or something, wouldn't it? No, what was this called? It began with you. I know what this stuff is. They used to use it for this. If someone in the chat can remember, it begins with you. It was an old type of video. I'm sure it began with you. Let's check it out. Animal crackers. We'll see how wrong I've got it. In my head, it goes, do you believe in rock and roll? I might have got it very wrong. Look how beautiful. That's it, John. Absolutely nailed it. Why I thought I was the only person who'd know that, I don't know. But yeah, this looks very much like U-matic. How the fuck do you know that? Full staff, what's your history? Because there's only a few people who would know U-matic. Fucking monsters, wouldn't they? Here, mate, stick this on your shoulder. No. Have you got a crane I can borrow? Right, here we go. Animal crackers. Sorry, I've been chatting for ages then, but it was on mute. Look, it almost says Vart there. If you take the V from there and the art from there, but look, it says Yorkshire Television across the top on the board. But then maybe they were videoing it off of the screen. Who knows? Let's see. Hello, Della. I've said hello to you already, haven't I? Look at that clock creeping round. Lovely, isn't it? So authentic. Look, analog as it gets. We haven't even got there, and I know that half of the chat then just went, remember the Yorkshire Telly ident? I keep thinking Crossroads music's about to start. Na, 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 na. You know, Emmerdale Farm. Here we go. Nailed it. You got no audio? No audio? You didn't have the audio? Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, what I said was I nailed it. I'll play it again. He absolutely does go, do you believe in rock and roll? Yeah, we'll do it. Don't worry, people. A slight technical problem that I will overcome now. We'll try again. Right, see you in a minute. What, you can't hear that? Hang on, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to hear that. All right, we've got some problems here. Look, I've just lost two. I've just got them back. They just fucked off for 5 minutes. Oh, this is awful. Right, let's see if you can hear the ident. Share screen. All right, yeah. Share system audio. Right, tell me if you can hear the Yorkshire television identity goes ba ba da ba ba. Ready? Did you hear that? It went ba ba da ba ba. There's a slight delay. You couldn't hear that. Wow. Lord knows why. I'll tell you what, we'll just go through the microphone. I'll just play it, all right? You'll still be able to hear it. Here we go.
Do you believe in rock and roll? Into the starship and off we go. Here we come to Parkland, here we come to Parkland. Animal crackers, go, go, go. I'm rolling. Animal crackers.
There you go. I can't do too much or I'll get yeeted. Yeah, the sound's good because I'm going direct into the microphone, but Lord knows why you couldn't hear it. That's a real problem. Massive. It's because I've got a new computer, people. I'm still trying to find. I can't get my headphones working. There was some humiliating technical problems this morning with old Semiogogue. Less of the old. Right, Billy's dropped some entropies in, and as I always say, they might always be free bonders, but he does a lot of them, and he's actually one of the biggest supporters of the channel. So massive respect to the niggler. Let's see what Bill's saying. He said, I'll only be lurking. I've got it in one ear. Couldn't hack it. Couldn't stay out, could you, Bill? Bill, where are you? Are you at a social gathering? Or are you just at home lurking on your own? I don't know why that tickled me so. Yeah, let's have a look at what the niggling inquisitor has got to say. I hope Malcolm Mackenzie didn't go. I don't care if I have different views to people. He seemed like a nice bloke. I asked him a question. He answered it. That was all good. All right, Bill, let's start with the bottom one. Watch that video about the sash of gay cards. Yeah, that bit's excellent, isn't it? Gross. Yeah, that bit's excellent. And then Bill says, gross. You must have been scundered, as Rags would say. How long was it before you were able to crank one out again after your mum removed all traces of erotica? Oh, mate, at that age, it was like 8 or 9 a day, you know. As long as I didn't get into double numbers. You know, as soon as I started wanking, I didn't stop until about 2 hours ago. Second question. The tits on your thumbnails are getting progressively bigger. They certainly are. I don't like huge fake tits. Okay, I'll do a small tip for you. It's actually an in-joke between me and another content maker who I can't out because he probably wouldn't want people knowing that I've been having. We've been making jokes about me putting massive titted women on my thumbnails, and I got a few people complain, so I thought, well, I'll do some more. Transgenderism was pushed by the Frankfurt School. Equals Marxist Jews. Maybe that's what he's talking about. Well, there's a difference between being pushed by the Frankfurt School. Billy, can you tell me what author from the Frankfurt School and in what text they pushed it? I'd be interested because I've read a lot of Adorno and Horkheimer and Fromm and Jürgen Habermas, and none of them pushed transgenderism. Yeah. And the last one is wealthy, influential men funding the transgender lobby. These include, and are not limited to, Jennifer Pritzker, a male who identified as transgender, George Soros, Martin Rothblatt, and Rick Weiland. Yeah, okay. But they don't get away with it unless people let them. And the people who are letting them are white liberals. I don't buy this one, and I've done the reading. I've tried to see where people are getting this from. I don't care who's pulling the strings. I care about why people let them. You know, it seems like the right way round to attack something. Yeah. I mean, transgenderism was, you know, it was rife in Greek societies. It's been around since humanity started, really, because people are confused. As long as Sharon Davis hasn't got a penis, I'm all right with it. I don't think Marcuse, Marx, or Mao went to the Frankfurt School. In fairness, Pags, I've read pretty much everything Marx has published in English, and there's not a mention of transgenderism. I've read a fair amount of Marcuse. There's no transgenderism. I don't think Mao was particularly interested in gender swapping, but you know, maybe there's always a chance. Yeah, that's where our problems really lie, as far as I'm concerned. You know, the thing is that yeah, okay. No, you didn't, Pags. I must admit, I just don't. I don't otherwise understand why you mentioned those. It just seemed a bit weird and out of context. But in fairness, you did not say that they went to the Frankfurt. The Frankfurt School wasn't a place, by the way, people. I'm not suggesting that it was. But did they? Oh, but they did not smell their poo in Greek times. Well, I wouldn't put it past them, but for probably very different reasons. For very different reasons. I would suggest there's a hell of a lot more white Caucasian liberals pushing transgenderism at the moment than any other group. Certainly a group that make up a ridiculously small percent of the population. But, you know, who knows? I certainly agree with you with that, John, and as did Malcolm X, weirdly. See, the problem is, Malcolm, it's when people say things like they don't know the Jew. I know plenty of the Jews, and they're not even interested in politics. You're talking about a small group within a group. You know, there's plenty of people doing very, very bad and destructive things to working people and to the West, and you know, that kind of language just makes me think, you know, that they don't know the Jew. I don't think they're all the same, are they? Maybe they are. Mouthcat reckons it was the Frankfurt School dinner ladies what done it. I didn't want to say that, John Palmer, because I like to give people a chance. But as soon as I read language like that, it's just a bit 4chan, and it's a bit, you know. Serious question, Malcolm. It's a pleasure to have you here, and you know, I'm happy to talk if you are. How old are you? Do you believe in, and the second question is, do you believe in rock and roll? Now, you see, that is interesting because I certainly think that women, not as individuals, but of what they've been made to become, because they've been uprooted from where their real value lies, because they've been persuaded to be something that's against their nature, has made them quite a destructive group. Without a doubt, I think women in their current form in the West are the destroyers of nations. I do think that. But that's not because they're women. It's because what they've been encouraged to become. It's an awful thing. Look, oh, come on. Rock and roll is the work of the Jews. Is it? Here's the thing. I had a conversation with someone who's a friend of mine. Now, I won't name him, but he believes a lot of the stuff about Zionists and what we would call the Jew, right? And I had a very interesting conversation with him where he was able to articulate an argument that gave me some things to think about and to look into further. We were talking about Zemmour. We were talking about Zemmour. Remember the bloke that was in the French election? Is it Eric Zemmour? I think it's Eric. And he put forward some interesting arguments. But when you say they invented rock and roll, it doesn't help, because it assumes so much. It assumes that, oh yeah, I know. No, I don't trust me. I know it's been said, but that you don't invent rock and roll. Culture doesn't work like that. You don't one day just say, how about if we take the modal folk traditions no, it was influenced by loads of other musics from thousands of years of musical development. It's just a ridiculous thing to say. They invented rock and roll. Do you know what time is? Good gosh. All right, no, not having that, John. That was me. Did you just turn up, John? Because I said at the beginning of this stream, I saw a photo of a bloke in the ocean in Koh Samui with a mug and saucer. And I was thinking he may well have invented drinking tea in the ocean, but there's only one man who invented drinking tea in the shower. And well, yeah, and the thing is, oh, okay, so it wasn't the music; it was the immorally. Okay. Have you got mental problems? That's another serious question, because the immorally of rock and roll, whatever on God's earth that is, was invented by the Jews, was it? The immorally of rock and roll. What? Oh God, that's come on. Hey, hang on a minute. I was giving the bloke a chance to put his argument forward. Why don't you start talking about they invented the immorally of rock and roll? Right, it's calling time. Let's do some calling. Hang on. I've only got about, what time is it here? Oh, fuck me. Why have I done this again? I know I'm going to be up till 5 o'clock this morning. I've got a lot of work to do. Why do I always do this? Here, let's open it up. Right, here we go, people. Chrissy, did I miss a donation from you? Don't say yes if I didn't, but if I did, let me know. Billy, thanks for your donations as well, mate. Pags. I don't think Marx or Mao went to the Frankfurt School. I didn't say they did. Right. Without regard. Yeah, but how do you invent the... Do you mean the immoral nature of rock and roll? That's what I'm guessing. That's what you mean. So they invented that, did they? Okay. It's a particularly a very weird thing to invent. Very weird thing to invent. Good gosh. Right, here we go. It's in the chat. Come on in. Save me, Packer, please. Hello, Jays. How's it over there on Twitch? Well, it's open. It's an open invitation to anyone, you know. And I'm going to have that in my head all night now. Oh, I tell you what, people, having my guitar, my new guitar here has been lovely. I've been writing songs like a beagle. Oh, it just sounds gorgeous. Oh, that other bit of wood is in the restaurant down there. Check this out. What do we think about this, right? I went down to the restaurant with my old horrible guitar and I said, hey, can you write in Khmer? Can you write free to a good home? You know, basically, maybe some poor kid who wants a guitar could have a guitar because that would be nice rather than me just throwing it away. And the girl who's a waitress there, she said, oh, no, we'll have it for the restaurant. You know, people can just strum it and that. And I thought, I sort of went, oh, okay. And I thought that weren't the plan. I might nick it from them and steal my own guitar. Lumi, a.k.a. Luminatus. No visuals.
Yeah. Dangerfield, a.k.a. Dangerfield.
No visuals. Are you going to talk over me like you did Urba Derba?
No, come on. I was very polite.
Why can't we see you? Oh, have you got no
I don't have a camera. I can't afford one.
You have? I've seen you before.
That was on my telephone, but it lasts about 20 minutes.
I don't want you on for that long, though.
I can't. You bastard.
How did it go with Urba Derba? Like I said, I only caught the last 5 minutes of it.
Well, I think it was good. We had a chat about the writing, about the music, and about the scene in general. Yeah.
Pizzle's looming, but I'm going to chuck him out because you're here. Pizzle, I only have one at a time.
Yeah.
You know
I'm going to pinch Jez as well. So you better.
You're going to pinch Jez? Did you call her Jez?
Yeah.
That's
Young
not her
Jez,
name.
yeah.
Jez? Can you speak English?
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's Jess.
I can't. No, je peux
I can't. No.
Je parle français.
How good is your French? Is it fluent?
It is, but everyone knows I'm not French. You know?
But could
20
you read?
years.
Could you read like? Could you read like Sartre in French? Mrs.
Yeah,
Mead,
I
I only have
but-
one person at a time, darling. Could you read Sartre in French?
Yeah, I can read it, but when I speak it, everyone knows I'm not French.
Well,
There's 20 years, you know.
This landlord, there's 3 of them. There's 2 Khmer brothers and 1 French bloke. But he studied Cambodian at university in France, and he's lived out here for 10 years. And when he
Like
talks
Pol Pot,
Khmer
you mean?
to me, it's yeah, exactly. I have said that to him. For people who don't get the joke, Pol Pot was in exile. No, not in exile. He studied communism, didn't he, in France before he come over here and ruined it. But he can just talk it, and it's like. And my ex-girlfriend said it's just like Khmer. And I said to him, you know, how did you get that good? And then when he told me, he said, however, even after studying it in France for 3 years, being here for 10 years, he said, I still can't watch television or films because they just talk too fast. He said, I don't understand it. Can you watch French movies?
Ages. I can, yeah. If I get the choice, I'll put subtitles on. But yeah, it took a while. I've been here 20 years. So.
When did you start?
Me to say something in French.
When did
Can I
you
just say
start?
something in French?
Hang on. Whoa. Are you drunk again?
No, I'm just high, like on life.
Yeah, man. All right. When did you start feeling confident to speak French?
Well, never, because they will
Never.
not accept you speaking their language.
Really? Because they're horrible.
Yeah, trying your best, but every time I say something, they always reply in English. It's
Oh
like,
no,
okay.
God, no, that's weird. What, really? Oh, well, obviously,
Yeah,
or you
yeah.
wouldn't have said it. That's weird because when I've been to foreign, like when I went to Venezuela, they speak. It's kind of Spanish. It's changed over the years a bit, but I was there for about 8 weeks, and because I had a fair grasp of French then, and it's structurally much the same. After about 5 weeks, I could have a little, very basic conversation in Spanish, and they loved it. In Thailand, the whores who all speak Lao because they come from Isan, they love it when you speak a bit of Isan. They all go, they think it's brilliant. But the French, no, they're like, shut up.
Oh no, God no.
That's really interesting.
But I love it. I think that's a good thing. And they're protective of their language.
Well, they should have spent a bit more time protecting their country.
Yeah.
How? Hello, Ray. Ray reckons you sound like John Cale.
Who's that?
Yeah, he hasn't got the rock chops, I'm afraid, Ray. He's
John Cale from like the
he likes
70s.
heavy metal, doesn't he?
In a white room with white curtain.
Go on, do some singing for us. Do some singing. Sing some of your rock and roll for me. Go on, you'll send Malcolm crazy. Lumi, did the Jew teach you to be immoral? Where's he gone? Yes. Yeah, but all right. But notice it was singular. What one? What one? Netanyahu.
Yeah, the one you know the guy. Yeah. The whole hippie movement was. I'm going to agree with the guy in the chat there. The whole hippie movement was a CIA gay op.
What the fuck? They don't need to be like that because the way society is structured, they fucked us. They don't need conspiracies. It's they've got us where they want us. Oi, Pizzle, go on, come on then, come in, say hello, and then fuck off. You said it, and we'll do it. So
no, I can't share the stream with the gay.
I want him to come in, Pizzle, because he Lumi, it would appear that you've taken to being called Lumi.
Yeah,
it hasn't got the same. Yeah. It hasn't got the same ring. Oi, look, you've made a friend, son. Look, you've made a friend. Look at my hair.
But he didn't. He's not as eloquent as I am, so it didn't get explained properly. But yeah.
No, you really cleared it up. You really cleared it up. What did you say? Allen Ginsberg was a CIA operative. Hang on, homosexual coming in. Got the same. Turn YouTube off. Come on,
he's my favourite non-binary. All power.
Right.
There you go.
Right, hang on. I'm just gonna see if I can drop out and let you two have a little romance. Hang on.
What are you saying, William? You all right?
How are you doing, Dave?
I'm looking forward to our IRL meeting in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, bloody hell, we're going to meet up in.
That's the sex people. They're dogging.
No, I'm going to see the girlfriend. We're not dogging.
Oh, seriously though, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be nice. It's going to be you'll be the first person, other than Jess, obviously, the first scrub I've met. It's going to be great.
Met is slang for analysed.
Just just get him off the stream there.
How are you, Pizzle?
Yeah, I'm great, thanks, Chris.
So you're meeting up with Lumi. How exciting!
Yeah.
You can get that app for your phone so that it rings at a set time, so you can pretend you've got somewhere to go. You can set it for like 40 minutes, 13 minutes.
Yeah. All that's all sorted out. Don't worry about that.
Once, right, I had this bloke. He was. We called him Belgian Tom, but no one really knew where he come from. But he could speak Flemish, so I'm guessing Belgium. He was so boring, but he had the best weed ever. And this is back in like 89. So you sort of put up with him. And this, no, actually, it was about. I had a Motorola flip. You know, the first Motorola 1-to-1.
Oh, yeah.
So it must have been
But
about
not a Razor.
9.
It wasn't a Razor.
What, a Razor?
Motorola Razor. That was their famous flip, wasn't it?
With the aerial that pulled up, like a black aerial that
I'm
came
not
out.
sure. I think so, yeah.
Anyway,
Whatever.
something like that. It
Yeah,
was
whatever.
on
Was that the
1-to-1.
Matrix one?
So it must have been about 93. It must have been something. Anyway, that's not really relevant. But so he was coming round, and my mate, he went, "Oh fucking hell!" No, he goes, "They'll be here for hours." And what's the point of buying weed off a bloke who sits there while you fucking smoke it and ruins the whole night? And that's a fair point, isn't it? Can we have an eighth? Yeah, and then you can't enjoy it because he's there telling you about his grandmother who played the tuba in a band of disabled people.
About drugs all night. Come on.
No, but that's what stoners do. Stoners, they get stoned and they talk about weed.
Well,
And it's just
I hate weed. Weed
Yeah,
is
we don't
horrible,
have to.
isn't it?
We don't
I
have
hate
to.
it.
I was
Well,
talking about
when I was a
J.J. Bell
teenager, that's
book coming up. What's
Anyway,
it called?
so
What's your new book? Talk
this
about
is
your
why
new book.
This is why I don't have so many people on it. It's chaos.
They don't have me on.
I said, that's what I meant. Yeah. Thanks for filling in the gap. So I said to my mate, I said, listen, I'm going to set the alarm on my phone, right? For about 20 minutes. So we'll put up with him, get the weed off him, pay for it. And then, Matt, so-and-so's called. We've got to go and do that job now. Something that no one would want to come to. Like we've got to go and build a wall or something. So Belgium Tom's sitting there. We got the weed. And we're just thinking, oh yeah. And he's going on, my granddad was such a funny man. I mean, he'd wear these very flared trousers, and the people in the village were like, I mean, your story is stoning me more than your weed. And then my phone went, brrr, brrr. I went, oh, hang on. I said, Matt, it's about that job. And Belgium Tom went, he went, no, that ain't someone calling you. He went, that's your alarm. I went, oh yeah. And he stayed until about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Fucking hell.
Anyway, apart from drugs, what have you been up to recently?
What, me? I tell you every day.
We don't do drugs. We're
Yeah, you alcoholic bastard.
I know, fuck you know.
No, fuck you.
The only difference with Loomy is he does what the police tell him. He goes along with the old bill.
No, he's all right. He's all right.
He's not. He's got problems. He wears a beret.
He has got
a rock and roll band.
Yeah. He dresses like a gay. He dresses like he's come from the Blue Oyster Club.
Yeah, only occasionally.
Notice why there's no video, Pizzle. You've nailed it there.
I don't have a camera. That's why no video.
Yeah, that's what all the gays say.
No, hey, everybody, go and look at the Ubba streamer. He got me live on streamer.
Look at him.
Not live. It's like a
shilling.
Video.
Luminatus has got a Substack. If you've got children and they've got nothing to read, I recommend it. He was also on Urba Derba this morning. Was it good? Because I don't mind telling people.
Yeah, it was very good. Very good. I'll give it a listen. Put it on.
Was there anyone else on it?
1.5. Go to.
Was there any other guests?
Urba Derba.
But no one else
was that? Nah, you gotta love Urba Derba.
In many ways, Loomy probably hobbled Urba Derba's ability to entertain. So, maybe skip that. Did you enjoy it, Loomy? Was it good? Serious? No joking.
No, seriously, it was a good stream. I listened back to it, and it wasn't cringe. And
I'd question that actually, from what I've heard.
No, of course you would.
Was there a lot of music on it? Because I've heard people saying that you were playing music or something. Did you sing live on it?
When you go live on his stream, you choose 5 songs. And one of them was me singing.
You chose yourself as one of your best songs ever.
Of course, it's like you with your, shelling your books all the time. That's what we do.
My bitch, did you say? Shilling my bitch.
No, setting your books. Your books.
You wait. I tell you what. You wait till that goes in Amazon. Well, don't wait because you'll run out of time. But
Liam, he does put on a good show. When he does a show, he puts on a good show.
I'll be buying a copy. Huh?
He does do a good show. It's a bit camp as fuck, but it's good.
Yeah. It's good for the chaps. I thought Pizzle was going to go good.
Ladies love it. Yeah.
He couldn't just at the end there. Have you read Welbeck's latest offering, Lumi? Oh, you can read Welbeck in the French, can't you?
Oui.
Have you read Welbeck in the French?
Oui, j'ai lu.
Your French is crap. I'm not buying it. You ain't fluent. I can do that. That's what you learn at school. If you're actually fluent in French, answer me now in French like we're having a normal conversation. Have you read any Welbeck in French?
Oui, j'ai lu la première. Le deuxième,
No, that's fucking crap. You just said I read the first one and the second one. No. I don't think you can speak French. I think you've been pulling the wall français over à l'ailleurs.
Oui, j'ai lu les premières et il a fait des bons points, mais il y a personne en France qui suivent. Donc c'est un peu perdu dans l'ombre.
I can see why the French come back to you in English, so I must. Did you say
Why do I do this?
Right. Okay. So you two are meeting up for a session.
Can we not pick on our power now?
I'm just trying to move on, but you're just
power, you man, bastard.
No. So what? Where are you meeting? France or England?
No,
Manchester.
Manchester, yeah.
Okay.
I don't really know the details of it. Jess is really sorting all that out. That's what Jess does. Jess sorts things out.
She introduces you to old French men.
Yeah. I don't even know when it is. I just know it's sometime in August.
August.
But no, in all seriousness, I'm really looking forward to
it. There's been loads of scrubs who've met up and they email me and they send me photos and that, and they've all gone well. You know, there hasn't been any, anyone who's been, why would it? Because you're not going to meet up with someone who you haven't got on with in the chat. So no, I think it's really good. It's really healthy.
I don't know him, but we have our little sort of
not
Telegram group, just a few of us. So
you've got like a little gay sort of
a little gay group. Well, it's almost 50% female.
Okay,
it's almost.
Well, there's me. So there's me. There's Stephen Campbell, Lumi.
I honestly thought Stephen was a gay for ages. I did though.
Lord.
Stephen Campbell.
He hasn't found the right woman yet.
JD Solway, Charlie Sparkles, and Jess, and that's my little friend group.
That's an incredible little side offshoot.
They're awesome. They're awesome people, apart from Lumi, who's gay.
Yeah.
But
there's nothing right with being gay. It's all right.
It's good. It's good.
No, that is an excellent thing. I'm with you on that, Grego. I'm with you on that, Grego. I'm feeling a little bit like, hang on a minute. These splinter groups always cause problems, don't they?
Well, get this. It came together so we could all play, and this is gay. So we could all play D&D.
You set up a role-playing Telegram group.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit jealous because I used to love the old role-playing games, before puberty, obviously. But
it's good. It's good fun. We only do it for a laugh.
No, you don't. You do it because you want to wield a weapon.
We've not done it for a while because Lumi's computer's now.
Yeah.
How do you play that online? And that's a serious question because is there like platforms that you can do it on? And
we do it on Discord. Discord's got a plugin.
Yeah.
I did all the dice rolling and everything.
Who's the games master?
That'll be me.
I didn't know you were going to say that at all. I didn't.
Who do you think?
Yeah. No, that's absolutely what I thought
Louis,
it was going to be the answer. So does he get right into it and go, "You are walking through a dark corridor," or is it more like you're at the Blue Oyster Club?
Oh yeah. There's all the voices and all that.
Does he?
The
Please
voices.
tell me he
Oh, it's great
does.
stuff. It's great.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
he does. Yeah, of course he does.
Amazing. Do you, Lumi? Well, he's a fantasy writer,
Yeah.
so it probably lends himself. It probably those
Yeah, we're not
talents.
taking a piss.
No,
it
I'm
really makes
I'm
it. It's
absolutely with you. No, I used to love role playing, and the difference between a good games master and a bad one is the difference between worth being there or not. You know, the people who can pull it off are great. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Cheeky
There's been
little
a few.
I think I put it off.
There's been a few arguments because if you give Lumi an idea, if you say something like, "Oh, if we go this way, we're probably going to get attacked," it'll give Lumi an idea and he'll attack. That kind of thing.
And then you say, "You wouldn't have done that if we."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It really winds Stephen up. Stephen gets a bit wound up about it sometimes.
As much as I'd like to continue this, it is. I want to get some writing done. It's getting a bit late here. Always a pleasure, Lumi. Never a chore. And same with you. Nice to see you too, Pizzle. Look after the pair of you. That's August. That's a long time away, though. But keep us informed. I'd love to hear how that goes down. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
And enjoy your little elitist role playing.
Sure, I said anything, but yeah.
You enjoy yourselves.
All right.
Well, you've broken the code of honor. Lumi's going to be on the blower to you afterwards. I fucking told you not to tell anyone.
All right, chaps.
Exactly.
Look after yourself, Pizzle. Hang on a bit, Lumi, because you did get your moment in the sun. I have got a couple more minutes, but Pizzle looked like he was getting a bit horny. So how have you been? How have you been in yourself?
Myself? All good. Got my book coming out. Unlike some people who are waiting until Christmas.
Well, some books are hard to write, and others are children's stories that you can do in your sleep. So you have to understand that.
Yeah, but no, I'm getting there.
Have you got anything to shill? And not the same stuff we've done every time, though. No, we can do that.
I've got the cover. How do we show?
How are you going to make any? How are you going to? But how can you show that now? Hang on. How do
I was just wondering.
Hang on. How do I find your link? Hang on. Joking aside,
how the fuck do I show Illuminati's book cover?
Yeah, it's just finding it on the book. Hang on. What do I put into Amazon?
But it's not there yet. It's not published yet because no.
What about the old one? That's still on there.
You'll love this. My publisher said that we are not publishing in June because this month has AIDS.
Has AIDS?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What they're actually saying is they're not publishing it in June because you'll be competing with too many Pride books, and that's where all the Amazon promo goes. No, it's a sensible move, actually. That absolutely makes sense. But seriously, people, I do take the piss because that's what I do. But Lumi is a great fantasy writer. I don't like the genre, so it's a bit difficult. But it's not. I can tell crap, and I did read all what was available. So. Check him out on Substack.
Oh, mad.
He has got a Substack, so if you go to my Substack in the chat and then forget about Lumi's, but when you're on Substack, you can just type in Illuminatus and you'll find Lumi's one. What have you got on there at the moment? A few shorts? I get them come to me email.
I think about 20.
Nice one, Steve. There you go, people.
Between poetry and short stories.
How's it going?
It's not that well. I got about 70 subscribers.
I'll have you know that's more than most. You know, you've got the top bods on there who are like ex-journalists or people who've been publishing traditionally for years who've got like millions. Then you've got people who are in my lucky position. I've done 10 years stand-up and 7 years YouTube. So, that, you know, that's without a doubt helped me. But all those people on writers' office hours, all that lot who jump on there as soon as it comes out, they've got like sort of 5. And they're like, oh, I've been going for 6 months. I got 5 subscribers. I'm thinking, right, 5 subscribers. That's 3 people reading it. Yeah, you know. But you don't. I get the feeling you don't do much marketing. You don't do any.
I don't do any marketing. Yeah, you're right.
Well, you know, they're not going to come to you unless you market it, are they?
All right, come on. All right, is bloody good stuff, you know. So.
Hang on, is that your answer to me telling you that if you don't market it, they won't come to you? You said like a drunk street hobo. That's your answer. Are you off, Ludwig? See you later. I think he is John. Did you hear what he just said? If you don't market it, they won't come to you. And he went, good stuff.
Yeah. No,
are you pissed up on booze?
I am.
You
Sorry.
fucking bastard. It's right.
Still, come on.
That's what gave it away. Up until then, I wouldn't have known because, you know, I thought your slurring was like early onset dementia, but it was up until that point.
Both.
I think that's the funniest thing you've ever said, mate. You've got to market your work. All right, good stuff. Yeah.
No, you can help me. Yeah.
Well, I've told you what to do. You just don't do it because you're too
You hate
busy
what I do.
stashing booze in the washing machine. Listen, I have got to go to bed, Lumi. It's been a real pleasure, mate. I will talk to you soon, no doubt. I will check out that video on Urban. He needs those things. Get the defibrillator. He's fucking dying.
Fucking hell. No, I'm just dying. Sorry.
You okay, son? Stop trying to drink it up your nose.
So. Hope so. Jesus Christ.
Do you smoke, Lumi? Smoke cigarettes?
Yeah, too much.
Doesn't show.
Jesus.
This is the first people.
So embarrassing.
No, you're right. You're right. You know, just calm myself down. All right, good stuff. Right. Okay. Have you got it in you? Hoax reckons you've just ripped a B load.
No, I just fucking. It's a regular fags, man.
Nah, come on. You must be on those. What did I used to smoke in the French house? Galois Blondes. Have you got it in you to say thanks a lot, see you later? Can you reckon you can get that out?
I can't even breathe. How can I do that?
Absolutely terrifying. And there you go, people. That was the last of Illuminatus. It was good while it lasted. Nice bloke, friendly enough, you know. What happened there? I just offed him at the end there. I didn't know what else to say. That was amazing, though. Come on, Lumi. You've got to market it or no one will read it. All right, good stuff. I'm going to clip that and just loop it. All right, good stuff. Hello, Tech Roach. Lovely to see you. All right, good stuff. Lumi, can you say something in the chat so that we at least know that you're still breathing? Based Gandalf. Fucking excellent. They don't call him Sir Gregor. Lumi, say something, please. Just even if it's like an X or something. SUBSTACK. Did he die? I'm sort of laughing, but you know, there is a bit of concern. All right, good stuff. Where are you? Oh my God, what a terrible way to end the stream. He's playing on it now. No, I can't, Pizzle. I've got to go. I've got things to do. I've literally been working since I woke up. Lee, I don't know. I literally don't know. Willow said it wasn't. Where is he? It wasn't the cough they carried it. It wasn't the cough that carried him off. It was the coffin they carried him off in. There you go. There you go. Malcolm said you're a good bro. Malcolm, you're going to need a Ouija board to get that message through, mate. Yes, I'm with Grego. Yeah, well, people, on that note, I'll have to, there you go. I'm actually relieved that you've just typed something. I was... Pag says he nipped out for a ciggy. Good Lord. No, he's here. I was actually a bit worried there, people. I was sort of... It was funny, but I was thinking, this could age quite badly, though, if we never see him again. That would be quite the thing, wouldn't it? Malcolm, thanks for coming on to a stream. You're always welcome. You weren't rude. You weren't unpleasant, you know. So you're welcome here anytime, mate. You know, I thought it was all right to talk to you. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Thanks to everyone who donated. Without the donations, you don't get the streams. This is the second one I've done today. I've done about 5 hours streaming today, which, you know, that's admirable because people like it. But that's still the best bit of the stream. Mate, you've got to market it or people ain't going to read it. All right, good stuff, bro. In a way, it was the most masculine I'd ever seen, the stupid fairy. Right, here we go. We'll have a bit of milk. Thanks to everyone who donated. Thanks to Rags and Steve Craig for helping me out, not schedule a stream for 30 days. Get on my Substack. That's proper writing, you know, it's for adults and that. It's totally free. Have a look at Lumia's if you like fantasy, because he's actually excellent. It's no jokes. It's hard for me not to look. It's fucking shit. But he's actually a very good writer, and especially if you're into that genre. There you go. Look, I'm just going to stop it there. Nice one, Ludwig. Bit of grift for the fantastic streams. So, hoit to you, Ludwig. Hoit to you. Thank you, mate. Aprasha Kakuku. Yeah, here's a bit of milk. Thanks to you all. I've really enjoyed this. And again, thanks for everyone who turned up for the Semiogogue stream. That was crazy time. And it was, you know, makes an hell of a lot of difference to know you were all there. And it was really good fun. And this one was really good fun. Nice to see you, Tech Roach, as well. Lovely to see you, Pax Max, although I only realised you were here like a couple of minutes ago, but nice to know you're here. And anyone else I've failed to acknowledge, I might play Get It Out afterwards because Rags just asked me to, and the poor lad was in hospital yesterday. So I'll play Milk first, and then I'll play Get It Out. So I'll put your messages on the screen while these tunes are playing, and I'll see you all tomorrow, maybe twice again. Just depends how much real work I've got to do. Usually loads. Ta-ta! Let me know you've got audio, though. Cheers!
Strand lies, bang bangs about us. Be up, be younger, get to serve our life. The last, the final, sweet glad final surround us. Still knee deep and wet, knee deep and wet. Carbon encrusted, mercenary trusted, a fastening vice from Tangier to Metis. A lot longing, forgotten, infested, a bleak solid air between us tested. The alleyway laughs at time and half time.
Did you read the description for this video, Linda?
Thatched roofs.
Those many spiders smell so wide, we look inside her. The need for me. The need for me.
Jewel.
The arch bends, bows, pull strings, pulling things to mark time, arbitrary, sublime, weak of random swine. Best leave now, dear bees above the historical rub, this newfound embalming in farming gold. This winter shade of hazy off brown knackers me. A girl I once knew nothing, a rupture suggests we better be as not to less than outburst in slow devotion. Slow devotion. As old rock dissolves, a shining example of love, and the need for milk, the need for milk, the need for milk, of chemical shoals that all sure withdrawals, sensitive, get and flipping, sleep you kid, it will kill nothing but the need for milk, the need for milk. You came in my dream, kissed me, loved me. Tears of a baby roll down your cheek. Your eyes are wide, so look around. You've love to give, so get it out. Get it out anytime.
Bill, remind me next stream, I'll play it, mate. Nice one for that.
Love sits beside me, I feel complete. You came in my dream, kissed me, loved me. Your eyes are wide, so look around. You've love to give, so get it out. Get it out anytime. stuff. Get rough on the good stuff. Only white rats know what to do. Puking on train tracks, dropping my porno mags. Only white rats know what to do. In the meantime, I'm gonna fly. What about you? If you want some, I'm gonna try something new. Picking up plastic things, praying for another lick. Only white rats know what to do. I'll give you a shirt on my back for a quick go on your rock pipe jack. Only white rats know what to do. In the meantime, I'm gonna fly. What about you? If you want some, I'm gonna try something new. Feeling like a Peter Pan with a chisel in your back and a knife in your hand. Only white rats know what to do. Puking on train tracks, forget my porno mags. Only white rats know what to do. In the meantime, I'm gonna fly. What about you? If you want some, I'm gonna fly something new. It's so exciting, so inviting. I gotta get my rocks off. What about you? What about?
I've got such a boner. It's been an absolute pleasure. Now go on, piss off down your own end before I give you a clip round the ears. See you later, scrubs. Hoit!